What's up, guys? I'm back today with another Pocket GM21 video on the channel. And in today's video, we are back with our off-season game plan video. So we're going to pretty much just go through the off-season plan of what we plan on doing. If you guys haven't seen one of these before, that is pretty much what this episode is going to be. We're just going to go through the roster, figure out what we want to do on offense, on defense, re-sign players, trade players away, maybe potentially look at what free agents we want to pick up. Obviously, coaches we want to re-sign and not re-sign. And pretty much go from there in our game plan and the draft and everything like that. Then next episode will probably be the entire offseason. My plan, if you guys saw last week, I had a video on Friday and on Saturday, the 7th and the 8th, back-to-back days of videos. My first time I've done that, maybe even ever, but in quite a while. Well, not ever, but quite a while I haven't uploaded in back-to-back days. So that's what's going to be happening today. Today, you're going to get this video, the off-season game plan, and the next episode will be the full off-season episode where we go through the free agents and draft and all that kind of stuff and get started for next season. So let's start here. Let's get started, figure out who we're going to re-sign, and go from there. We're not bringing Elijah Fries back. His stats are just... There's nothing positive here, honestly. We picked him up last year. Drafted free agent, and we're not going to bring him back. The running game, we desperately need some upgrades here. 4.6 a carry isn't bad, and with 841 rushing yards, I just feel like there's a little bit more to be had there. Moody definitely didn't do too bad. 5.3 yards a carry, 6 touchdowns, 749. Definitely going to be keeping him. Vaughn, we might be getting rid of Vaughn and pick up someone else, or we might keep Moody and pick up someone else. I'm not 100% sure. We'll just have to see what goes on there. For our wide receivers, everybody's got a contract. Wally is going to be due for a contract here after this year, and he only wants 4.6 a year. He's coming off his best year of his career, 506 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, most receptions, most targets. Just a phenomenal year, and another rushing touchdown on the ground as well, so cannot complain. Definitely want to bring him back, and we're definitely going to be looking to do that here very soon. We're going to be probably looking at signing him in the free or in the sometime during the season, or maybe next offseason. We'll kind of just get a gist of how he does this season, and we'll go from there. Our backup tight end didn't really play the year before, 288 yards. I don't really know if I want to bring him back. Maybe we'll bring him back, but we'll have to see what happens. The offensive line is looking fine. Yeldon's going to need another contract here. Last year, only played 11 games, 40 injury prone, and I don't know. Not sure if we're going to bring him back. 2 sacks, 6 TFLs. Not terrible, but again, not phenomenal. He's going to be needing a $4.6 million deal for 1 year. If we were going to raise that for like 3 years, we might be able to get him down a little bit. So either way, it's still going to be about a $1 million bump to what he's getting paid now. So not exactly the greatest. Our offensive guard, Bonner, we're going to be needing to give an extension to 2 sacks and 5 TFLs in the season. Definitely not too bad. He needs a $10.8 million extension. I'm probably not going to give it to him in the hopes that he's going to want kind of a lower deal like Frank Bryant did. We're going to be bringing back A.J. Fuller, I'm pretty sure, or Hawkins. I'm not exactly sure. Let's check out if anybody ended up playing. He played 6 games, 4 TFLs last year. This guy probably has not played a snap. Yeah, so in 8 games, 1 sack, 10 TFLs. We'll bring back, I feel like we have a lot of cap space. We can afford to pay this guy. Ooh, I just noticed his injury rating. I'm not sure if I want to bring him back. I'm not 100% sure if I want to bring him back. $3 million. This guy's 80 injury prone. 89. That's so tough. I think we're going to let him walk. We're going to bring him back our backup tight end, or our backup center. I know he has 84 injury prone, but we'll bring him back. 4-year deal, maybe 1.7. There we go. 1.7 million a year. Bring him back. We're going to need to pay Martin Moore here. Had the best year of his career, 11 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, and 7 TFLs. Best year of his career, and it looks like he made All-Pro last year as well, so we're definitely going to need to bring him back. He's going to need a $13.2 million for the 5th-year extension, but his contract that he's asking for is going to be 11.6, so it doesn't really make sense for us to bring him back, or for us to extend him to that 5th year, so we're not going to do that. Smelter here, again, had his best year of his career last year, of course. 15 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, 10 TFLs. And, I totally forgot. Did he win the Defensive Player of the Year? Or was that in his rookie year? I completely forget. I'm pretty sure. All I know, I don't even know. I wish we could. Did Parsons win Defensive Player of the Year? I totally forgot. I think he did. I think Parsons won Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 11 sacks, 7 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, and 6 TFLs. I'm pretty sure he got Defensive Player of the Year. I'm recording these in not the right order and in the future, and I haven't recorded in a couple days, so I do not remember. But Smelter's $16.8 million contract for when his deal's up after this year, but he's going to be wanting $14 million for the 5th-year extension. I completely butchered what I'm saying, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He wanted a 5th-year extension. The 5th-year extension is $13.9 million cap hit, and he wanted like a $16.8 million deal if we didn't offer him that. So it makes sense to give him the 5th-year extension. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but I hope you guys can get the gist of what I'm saying. We're going to check out Pinheiro. Probably going to let him walk as well. We can draft a later round. Someone in the later round, $1.9 million, really not worth bringing back. Sharp, 3 years here, had a pretty solid year last year with 2 interceptions, but I think we might just have to let him walk at 9.8, 29 years old. Maybe we'll bring him back, but we do have a lot of cap space and $80 million in cap space. Andrus Allen, we're definitely going to be letting walk. Jeremiah Wilkins will probably let walk as well, and Kendall Montez, we might bring back. We'll see kind of here he had last year. No interceptions, 13.5. Safeties are kind of hard to gauge, but 2.3 million. Does it really hurt to bring him back? He played 6 games the year before. I think we're going to let him walk as well. Obviously, we're going to let this guy walk unless we want to bring back our star-studded backup who ended up going 4 for 9. Goodbye. Do not come back. Checking out some of the coaches. Do we need defensive tackles? So it looks like we don't really need a defensive tackle right now. Maybe we do. I would say we really need corners, maybe. Corners or safeties. So I think we're going to bring this guy back on just a 1-year deal. And then we'll look at a scout for like a cornerback or safety and see where we can go from there. So this guy's balanced. Safety, balanced as well. We'll bring in the cornerback guy. I know it's not exactly what I want to do, but it's going to be a 1-year deal. And that is pretty much going to lock up our plan here. Any free agents that are looking good, let's just sim through this last week. We've signed the players we want to sign. Let's get through here. We have the 26th pick in the draft. I totally forgot what happened. We waited to the divisional round last year, same record, and lost in that one. But we'll check out some of the free agents. Looks like Aaron Sharp, our cornerback we let go, is going to be the top one. There's a couple running backs out here that I would actually be interested in looking at. We got Ricardo Izzo, who's coming off an 11-game season, 4.1 a carry. Not phenomenal. Looks like his injury prone is not great. Definitely not interested in bringing him in. 97 injury prone, but he's only missed 5 games in his career, coming off a 5.8 yard per carry rushing year, which is phenomenal. His second most rushing attempts, but his best year of his career. That injury prone is really not calling my name. This guy doesn't look too bad. 533, 4.5 a carry. I don't even know. This guy's coming off 3,000 yard years, but he's up to 30 years old, probably declining. Check out this guy, Verrett, coming off. Went to Tampa Bay for his first year, then went to Indy, and then back to Tampa Bay for his 2 best years of his career. Pretty funny there. But we're going to move on from that. There's no one really here that I want to pick up. And let's just go through the offseason, go through the plan and what we're planning on doing here. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to scout all the... I don't know why I call it scout. I'm going to check over some of the draft pool, and then I'll figure out what kind of drafting plan we want to hit and what players we're looking at. So we'll go from there. Quickly, we're going to be an 89 defense, 76 offense, and 82 overall. I really think if we can put a couple pieces around Van Noy, we could have one of his best years of his career. A little bit of a higher interception rate last year, 19. Not great, but pretty happy with the performance that he's put on so far. In 73 games, 18,644 yards, 54 completion percentage. We definitely have to up that. Not great. We definitely need to work on that for him. But 108 touchdowns and 57 interceptions. Can't even talk. And yeah, so I can't complain. I'm happy with his career and how it's progressed so far. And back-to-back pretty solid years, 28 and 29 touchdowns. A little bit high on the interceptions, but I'm hoping we can turn that down here if we build a little bit of a better team around him. We definitely should pick up some offensive linemen probably. But let's go through here, check out some of the game plan of what we want to do. We saw that there's no running backs in free agency that we're really interested in. So I definitely want to pick up a running back in the draft or make a trade for a top tier running back. Maybe not a top tier, but somewhere in like the 80s would be good. 83, 84, 85, something like that would be a good piece to build around this offense. The receivers, I cannot complain about. I love these receivers. Thompson would be someone I'd look to get rid of, but he didn't have a terrible year last year, best year of his career, and we definitely can still keep him around. Maybe for the rest of his deal. If not, we might look to trade him this offseason and pick up a couple other pieces, but we'll see what happens. Tight ends, we definitely need a backup, but someone really young, either really young, veteran. I'm actually looking at this guy, 97 injury prone. Ugh, terrible. We might bring in a veteran on a really kind of just 1 year deal, and they could be a backup. So that's probably what we're looking at, backup tight end. Offensive tackle, I really like to go spend a lot of money out here on the line, but I just can't justify spending $9.7 million on this guy. I mean, he's had a pretty good career so far, so we'll see what happens. Maybe we can move some things around. Maybe we could bring in a tight end, a good blocking tight end, and move him to offensive tackle. But we'll see what we can do. Pick up someone in the draft, maybe. Who knows? But we definitely need to upgrade an offensive tackle. Offensive guard is pretty good. We definitely just need to pick up a backup. We're going to need to get Bonner on a big deal here. So he's going to ask for a $1.6 million extension. We'll probably give him, honestly, he's going to be 24, so we could probably give him like a 6-year deal, maybe like $8.5 million. There we go. So he's only getting a $1 million increase to his contract, to his cap hit. So I'm pretty content with that. Definitely not too bad there. And then Frank Bryant, our centers I'm not too upset about, and our whole defensive line looking pretty good. We could pick up a couple pieces on defense, maybe a backup linebacker, and then maybe a cornerback and a safety as well. But other than that, I'm really content with how this team's looking. We could pick up Wilkins here. We did have him on the team last year, but it's probably going to be declining. I totally forgot to check. Or Murphy, or even Dixon here. 99 injury prone is crazy. But yeah, we'll probably look to pick up some players in the draft and see what ends up happening. But pretty happy where this team is. If we can pick up a top-tier offensive tackle and a backup tight end and really where I'm looking to upgrade here is a top-tier running back, a really good running back, and a nice offensive tackle. And I really think this offense can get going, and we can get this team to potentially a Super Bowl and competing for a Super Bowl. We have a lot of cap space, $80 million in cap space. What do we have for draft picks? Let's just check out really quick what we have for draft picks. So we have just our normal picks. So 1 through 7, pretty easy. 26th pick in the draft, nothing crazy. Next year, again, we have 2 3s next year, and the year after is normal as well. So we have some interesting moves to make here. There was someone I was actually, like I said, I was kind of interested in getting rid of, Thompson. So he's only worth the 93 value. I don't really think it's worth getting rid of him. So we might just keep him on his deal. Who is the most valuable player we have? And that is going to be Smelter, Moore. And actually Parsons is going to be slightly more. Or actually Zay Alexander, our new rookie from last year who ended up going all-pro in his first year. Not too bad, is going to be the most valued player. What is our quarterback Van Noy at? Only at 414, pretty interesting there. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today's episode of the off-season game plan. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with the full off-season episode. So I'll see you tomorrow with that episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you tomorrow with the next episode of the series.